We got some news here on Chicago Bears Now. Today's show is presented by Prize Picks. My name is Harrison Graham. Yes, we are still going to go live here in just a little bit, probably about 4:15, 4:30 Central Time. I'm filming this around 3:30 because the Bears announced 5 roster moves. They have signed 4 players, including Scotty Miller, which we found out about over the weekend. They signed 3 other players that participated in rookie minicamp as well. They also placed 1 player on the reserve/retired list. So we will get into all of that, but hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. We're going live here in just a little bit. Producer Cullen is back from his week off, so we're excited to interact with all of you. So subscribe and join us for more Bears coverage. We'll take your questions. Okay, so the Bears have signed the following players: wide receiver Kyron Hudson, linebacker Wayne Matthews III, linebacker Jon Rhattigan, who's a veteran, along with veteran Scotty Miller, which we discussed over the weekend. They also placed Squirrel White, the rookie wide receiver from Florida State, on the reserve retired list. Let's start with that one first, get that one out of the way. I think Adam Hogue had said it over the weekend that Squirrel White left Saturday's practice early and did not return. So I don't know if he just decided football wasn't for him anymore, or if he got injured and decided he was going to retire, or whatever the case may be. So we'll see if more comes out of that. I was intrigued by him because in his first 3 years of college at Tennessee, he was a pretty fun, productive player. Then last year, for whatever reason, things did not click at Florida State, and clearly things did not work over the weekend either. So he is out of the mix. Which would have gotten the roster down to 86 pre-Scotty Miller signing. And so now that you've signed Miller and the other 3 players, that gets you back up to 90. Real quick on Scotty Miller, since we've broken that one down. Veteran, wide receiver 5-6 type, has some experience with Antoine Randall, local guy from Barrington. So he out of this group has a decent shot, and I would say path to make the roster, as we've discussed, because you obviously have Luther Burden III, Rome Odunze, who are locks to make the roster. I'd say Khalif Raymond is a lock. Jade Walker and Xavion Thomas should make the team as well. That's 5 guys, but the Bears have typically kept 6 receivers, including last year, and I think Scotty Miller would be the favorite to be that guy as of now. So he is in the fold as of this point as well, which we already knew about. Let's talk about some of these other guys that are new. Let's stick with the receiver thing. Kyron Hudson. So an interesting overlap here. Played 4 years of college football at USC, including 2021 to 2024. I shouldn't say including. That was his 4 years there. But in 2022 and 2023, Caleb Williams was at USC. So familiarity there with Williams. In 2022, he had 15 catches for 152 yards and 3 touchdowns. In 2023 with Williams, he had 17 catches for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. So some decent production there. In 2024, when Miller Moss, current Bear as well, he's a UDFA QB they signed, he had 38 catches for 462 yards and 3 touchdowns with Miller Moss when he got a larger role. Then last season, he transferred to Penn State, but not seeing his numbers here. So not sure what he did for the Nittany Lions this past season. Let me see if I can find that just real quick here. Before we get to the next guy. 6'1", 210-pound receiver. So he's got some pretty decent size here, and obviously showed enough trying out this weekend. For the Nittany Lions, 23 catches, 288 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So okay production. Has never had a ton in his collegiate career. 2024 with Miller Moss was definitely the most production he ever showed. But familiarity with Caleb Williams, familiarity with Miller Moss. So kind of makes sense. Back into the roster for training camp, compete for maybe a practice squad role. That's probably the type of opportunity you're looking at here when it comes with Kyron Hudson. Now, we'll take a look at these other 2 players in just a moment, Wayne Matthews and Jon Rhattigan. Rhattigan being the other veteran signing. But first, got to tell you guys about our awesome sponsor. That is Prize Picks. I've been pretty hot recently with some of my basketball daily fantasy lineups, rolling out another 4-player lineup for tonight's action. $20 entry to win $150. Took more on Donovan Mitchell's 23.5 points. That's a goblin pick, which lowers the payout just a little bit, but he's been red hot. Even if he cools a little bit, I still think he goes for more than 23.5 points. Duncan Robinson has hit 4 more threes in 4 out of his last 5 games. And the one he didn't, he still hit 2. So more than 2.5 threes. Goblin play there as well. I like that to happen. I took less on Max Strus points, 8.5. Little high of a number for me. I think he had 7 in the last game. And then Tobias Harris, more than 19.5 points. That is a demon pick. Which increases the payout, and he has scored 20 or more points in his last 8 contests. So he's been really, really good. An example of a daily fantasy sports lineup with Prize Picks. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player lineups. Use our code HMA after you download the app to get $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. That is code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you sign up and play your first $5 lineup. Clickable link to download the Prize Picks app is in the comments and description of this video. We appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring the show. Okay, so let's get to the next couple of guys here. We'll go to Wayne Matthews, then we'll get to Jon Rhattigan, who was the other veteran signing in addition to Scotty Miller. Matthews played 3 years of college ball at Old Dominion, small college, obviously, and then the last 2 years at Michigan State. So you Big Ten fans could be familiar with him. Let's see, looking at some numbers here. In 2023 with Old Dominion, had 135 tackles with 9.5 TFLs, which is why he was able to transfer to a Big 10 school. Don't have his stats on his Wikipedia page. Let's see if I can find those real quick. On his reference page, here we go. In 2024, he played 9 games for the Spartans, had 33 tackles, 1 fumble recovery. It looks like he was maybe like a part-time starter, special team guy. And then last year for Michigan State, it looked like he was a starter. 73 tackles, 4.5 TFLs, had 1 interception and a pass breakup as well. So some decent production there in the Big Ten. Trying to see, it looks like he's listed at 6'2", 227, so smaller linebacker. So we'll see what he's able to do. Linebacker position obviously has a lot of depth, but with a lot of these guys, and you see this throughout the offseason, you'll see it in OTAs and training camp too, a lot of these teams shuffle the back end of their 90-man roster. If they don't like what they're seeing, they'll bring in another camp body and see if that guy can bring a little bit more to the table. So we'll see what Wayne Matthews can show. And then lastly, Jon Rhattigan, 27 years old, 6 foot 236, another linebacker here. He's bounced around the league. He is from Naperville, so local guy there. Played his college ball at Army, so that's pretty cool. UDFA in 2021, was with the Seahawks for 3 years from 2021 to 2023. Panthers in 2024, and then bounced around the Steelers and the Raiders this past season, practice squad for Pittsburgh, and then Vegas poached him off the Steelers practice squad. Looking at his career numbers here, let me pull up his reference page as well, as he's kind of bounced on and off 53-man rosters, has spent some time on some practice squads too. In Seattle for the 3 seasons he was there, played in 36 games, so played a decent amount. Looks like all special teams numbers, though. 50 career tackles as the last couple of years he's played in 29 games overall. Does not have a TFL or a pass breakup, has 1 fumble recovery, so he's played almost exclusively on special teams. And look, when you think about the Bears, could he be like an Eamon Ogbongbemiga type who he's not really going to play much on defense, but can contribute on special teams? So that's probably what this signing is. I doubt there's much of a path for him to the 53-man roster, but he could be like a priority veteran practice squad guy, where if Keyshawn Elliott goes down or TJ Edwards goes down or whatever, he's like a guy you call up on Sundays. Because remember, practice squad guys can be elevated up to 3 times per season to the game day roster. So that's probably the type of bucket Jon Rhattigan falls into. But if my math is correct, the Bears are now up to 90 players on the roster. So they are full after signing wide receivers Scotty Miller and Kyron Hudson, and linebackers Wayne Matthews and Jon Rhattigan, and of course waiving or I guess placing Squirrel White on the reserve/retired list. All right, my name is Harrison Graham. We will be live momentarily here on Chicago Bears Now, so hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. We will see you guys here in just a few minutes.